Hello friends, welcome to Oliveboard. I hope you're all doing well and your exam preparations are going good too. In this video, we are going to discuss the important banking awareness questions for the recent month. So this forms a part of your current affairs. This is part 4 of the series. If you've not watched the previous parts 1, 2 and 3, by the end of the video on the end screen, you can find a link that will take you to these parts. Before we start with the video, don't forget to take up a free mock test provided by Oliveboard for any banking or government examination that you're preparing for by clicking on the link that is given to you in the description box. So do take up a free mock test, analyze your performance and structure your preparations accordingly. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest videos. The first question. Recently, HDFC Agro General Insurance has partnered with one amongst the following banks to distribute the non-life insurance products to its customers. So, which is the bank that has tied up with HDFC Agro? The correct answer is option 4, which is the Federal Bank. And this tie-up was announced for the distribution of HDFC Agro range of non-life insurance products to the customers of HDFC Agro through the network of Federal Bank across the country. The Exim Bank of India has extended a credit facility of $500 million to one amongst the following countries for water supply projects. So which is the country to which the $500 million worth US credit facility has been provided by the Exim Bank? The correct answer is option 1, which is Tanzania, and this is for the water supply projects in the country, and goods and services of value of at least 75% of the contract price will be supplied by the seller from India itself. Recently, ICICI Securities Limited has announced the launch of e-ATM service for retail investors. The money would be credited within what time in the e-ATM service? The correct answer is option 3, which is 30 minutes. So with the launch of e-ATM orders, it instantly credits into the retail investor's bank account within half an hour or say 30 minutes as soon as the funds are accrued from the stock sales, and they have a limit of 50,000 rupees per day per client. Recently, T.S. Vijayan has been appointed as an independent director of which amongst the following banks for a period of 5 years? So from the following options, what is the correct answer? It is option 2, which is Yes Bank, and this is with immediate effect. He is the former chairman of IRDAI, which is Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, and he's also served as the chairman of LIC, which is Life Insurance Corporation. Which amongst the following offers insurance protection to exporters against payment risks? The correct answer is option 2, which is ECGC, that is Export Credit Guaranteed Corporation of India, which provides export credit insurance support to Indian exporters, and it provides a range of credit risk insurance covers to exporters against loss in export of goods and services as well. Also, it guarantees banks and financial institutions to enable exporters to obtain better lending facilities. The RBI has proposed a new method to benchmark floating rate of loans for which amongst the following sectors? The correct answer is option 2, which is the MSME sector. So it has proposed the floating interest rates for personal, home, auto as well as the MSME loans, which will be linked to the external benchmarks like repo rate or treasury yields, and the final guidelines to link the interest rate to these external benchmarks will be issued by the end of this month, which is the month of December, and banks will follow the international benchmarks, which includes PLR, BPLR, base rate and MCLR. Recently, India and Asian Development Bank have signed an $85 million worth of loan to improve the skill development ecosystem in which amongst the following states? The correct answer is option 2, which is the state of Odisha, for which the $85 million worth loan has been signed between the central government and the Asian Development Bank to improve the skill development ecosystem, and the World Skills Center will also be established in Bhubaneswar with the help of this loan. What is the current reverse repo rate? So from the following options, what is the correct answer? It is option 3, which is 6.25%. So the key policy rates remained unchanged in the 5th bi-monthly monetary policy review, and inflation is projected to be in the range of 2.7 to 3.2% in the second half of this year, and RBI has retained the GDP projection at 7.4% for this year and at 7.5% for the first half of 1920. The repo rate stands at 6.5%, the reverse repo rate at 6.25%, and the marginal standing facility at 6.75%. The State Bank of India has roped in Swapna Burman as the brand ambassador for its digital app. Which amongst the following is the digital app of State Bank of India? The correct answer is option 4, which is YONO, for which the Asian Games gold medalist Swapna Burman has been appointed as the brand ambassador, and this digital platform YONO makes both lifestyle and banking available through a single app for all the customers of State Bank of India. Which amongst the following bank has recently raised 971 crore rupees via Basel III bonds? The correct answer is option 2, which is the Bank of Baroda, that has raised rupees 971 crores by issuing Basel III compliant bonds, and they were issued with the face value of 10 lakh each, which amounts to 971.50 crores. UPR is the total annual premium which is less than the amount earned. What is the full form of UPR? So from the following options, what is the correct answer? It is option 3, which is unearned premium reserve. It is the number of unexpired premiums on policies or contracts as of a certain date, which is the total annual premium less than the amount that we've earned. What is the minimum contribution amount for PPF, which is Public Provident Fund, per year? So from the following options, what is the minimum contribution amount per year? The correct answer is option 4, which is 500 rupees per year is the minimum amount, whereas 1.5 lakh or 1,50,000 is the maximum amount a person can deposit under the PPF scheme. The assets under management of the mutual funds in November increased by 8% to how many lakhs crore from 22.23 lakh crore? The correct answer is option 3, which is 24.03 lakh crore, and this was 22.23 lakh crore was reported for the month of October. It was primarily on account of fresh fund inflow into the liquid mutual fund schemes and the recovery of the equity markets. Monthly systematic investment plan contribution is recorded to be over 1 billion. Who amongst the following has been appointed as the new Chief Economic Advisor of India? So from the following options, what is the correct answer? It is option 4, which is Krishnamurthy Subramaniam, who's been appointed as the new Chief Economic Advisor of India by the Appointments Committee of the Cabinet, which is headed by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. and this is for a period of 3 years. He's currently an associate professor at ISB Hyderabad, which is Indian School of Business, Hyderabad. Recently, AIIF, which is Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, has approved a loan for a water sanction project in Andhra Pradesh. What is the amount of loan that has been approved? The correct answer is option 4, which is $400 million. This is for a water sanitation project in the state of Andhra Pradesh, and it will strengthen AIIB's capacity to finance other broad-based water supply projects which are in high demand in other states. According to the World Bank's report, in the Indian remittances had constituted what percentage of the GDP for the year 2017? So the Indian remittances constituted what percentage of the GDP for the year 2017? The correct answer is option 1, which is 2.7% of India's GDP came only through the remittances, and this is according to the World Bank's Migration and Development Brief. India will retain its position as world's top recipient of remittances with $80 billion worth of remittances, which is followed by China that has remittances worth $67 billion, which is followed by Mexico and Philippines, and Egypt, which stands at $26 billion. The government ordered no GST on the sale of complexes, buildings and flats where the sale takes place after the issue of which amongst the following? The correct answer is option 4, which is the completion certificate. So the government of India has ordered that there shall be no GST on the sale of complexes, buildings and ready to move in flats where the sale takes place after the issue of completion certificate, and GST is applicable on the sale of under construction property or ready to move in flats without completion certificate. Recently, which amongst the following has signed an agreement with the Green Climate Fund to infuse $100 million for boosting solar power? The correct answer is option 2, which is NABARD, that has signed this agreement with Green Climate Fund to infuse $100 million into an ambitious project which is designed to unlock private sector initiatives for the creation of rooftop solar power capacity across India. Which term is used to define the process of sharing risk by purchasing insurance policies from other firms to limit the total loss? So from the following options, what is the correct answer? It is option 3, which is reinsurance, that occurs when multiple insurance companies share risk by purchasing insurance policy from other insurers to limit the total loss the original insurer would experience in case of a disaster. So by spreading risk, an individual insurance company can take on clients whose coverage would be too great of a burden for a single insurance company to handle alone. Innovators growth platform for startups in India has been launched by which amongst the following organizations? The correct answer is option 2, which is SEBI. So this is to kickstart listing of startups in India. The capital market regulator SEBI has launched the Innovators growth platform, and it is also doing away with the requirement of at least 50% of pre-issue capital that is being held by qualitative institutional investors. That's all we have for you in this video. I hope you liked the video. Do share it with your friends, and if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, go ahead and subscribe now to not miss any videos. Thank you.